Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Conversations in English. I'm Ryan, and I'm here with Lisa. Before we jump into today's conversation, if you're new here, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We post new episodes multiple times a week to help you practice real English conversations. Sharing our videos with your friends who are learning English really helps us grow, and it means more people can learn together. All right, Lisa, are you ready for today's topic?
Yes, I'm ready. What are we talking about today, Ryan?
Today we're going to talk about that time between leaving work and getting home. You know, all the things we do after we clock out. When you clock out, that means you officially finish your workday and leave your job. This is such a busy time of day for most people. So Lisa, walk me through what you typically do after you clock out from work.
Well, it really depends on the day, but most days I have a lot to do before I can actually relax at home. The first thing I always do is check my phone to see if I have any messages or reminders about things I need to do. Sometimes I remember I need to stop somewhere on the way home.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I'll look at my phone and suddenly remember, oh wait, I need to pick up something from the store or I need to mail a package. So what kinds of errands do you usually run after work? Errands are small tasks you need to do, like going to the store or the post office.
The most common one is definitely the grocery store. I try to do a big shopping trip on the weekends, but during the week I always seem to run out of something. Like, I'll realize I don't have any milk or bread, so I have to stop on the way home. Do you shop during the week, or do you do it all at once on the weekend?
I try to do one big trip on Sunday, but like you said, I always end up needing to go back during the week. And the problem with shopping after work is that it's rush hour at the stores. Rush hour is the time of day when places are most crowded, usually right after people get off work. The parking lot is full, the aisles are crowded, and the checkout lines are so long.
Oh, I hate that. That's exactly why I try to avoid it if I can. But sometimes you just don't have a choice. Another thing I do pretty often is stop at the pharmacy to pick up a prescription. A prescription is medicine that a doctor tells you to take. You have to go to a pharmacy to buy it.
Right, that's a good point. Medical errands are things you can't really put off. If you need your medication, you need it. What about the gym? I know some people go to the gym right after work. Is that something you do?
Yes, actually, that's probably the biggest thing I try to do after work. I go to the gym about 3 or 4 times a week, and I always try to go right after work instead of going home first. Because here's the thing, Ryan, if I go home first, I will never leave again. I'll sit on the couch, turn on the TV, and that's it for the night.
That's so true. I'm the same way. Once I'm home, I'm done. I'm not going back out unless it's an emergency. So what kind of workout do you do at the gym?
It depends on how I'm feeling and how much energy I have. Some days I'll do weight training, but most days after work I just do cardio. Cardio is short for cardiovascular exercise. It's any exercise that makes your heart beat faster, like running or using the elliptical machine. I usually do about 30 to 40 minutes on the treadmill or the elliptical.
That's a solid workout. Do you feel like it actually gives you more energy, or does it make you more tired?
You know, it's weird. At first, when I'm getting started, I feel exhausted and I'm thinking, why am I doing this? But after about 10 minutes, I get into a rhythm and I actually start to feel better. And then when I'm done, I feel way more energized than I did before. It's like it wakes me up.
I've heard people say that, but I don't know if I believe it. When I'm tired, I just want to sleep. But I guess I should probably try it sometime. What about other people at the gym? Is it crowded after work?
Oh my gosh, yes. It's so crowded. That's another rush hour situation. Everyone has the same idea, go to the gym right after work. So the parking lot is full, all the machines are taken, and sometimes you have to wait for equipment. But I still think it's worth it because otherwise I just won't go at all.
That makes sense. You have to do what works for your schedule. Now, let's talk about another big after-work task: grocery shopping. When you go to the store after work, what's your strategy? Are you buying ingredients to cook dinner? Or are you looking for something quick and easy?
It really depends on how tired I am and how much time I have. If I have the energy, I'll buy fresh ingredients like vegetables, chicken, rice, things like that. But if I'm exhausted and I just want to eat and relax, I'll go for the easy options. Like I'll grab a rotisserie chicken. A rotisserie chicken is a whole chicken that's already cooked and ready to eat. You can buy them at most grocery stores.
Yes, rotisserie chickens are amazing. They're cheap, they taste good, and you don't have to cook anything. I probably buy one at least once a week. You can also get other prepared foods at the grocery store, like pre-made salads or pasta dishes.
Exactly. And it's still healthier and cheaper than ordering takeout or going to a restaurant, so I don't feel guilty about it. What about you, Ryan? Are you someone who likes to cook after work? Or do you prefer the easy route?
I like cooking, but I don't always have the energy after a long day. So I'd say it's about 50-50. Half the time I'll cook something from scratch, and half the time I'll just grab something easy. One thing I always try to avoid is going to the grocery store without a list, because then I end up wandering around the store for an hour and buying things I don't need.
Oh, yeah. That's a mistake. I've done that before and I end up spending way too much money. Speaking of money, I also have to stop at the bank sometimes after work. I need to deposit a check or use the ATM. When you deposit a check, you give it to the bank so the money goes into your account.
Right, banking is another one of those errands you have to squeeze in. A lot of banks close early, so if you don't go right after work, you'll miss them. Same thing with the post office. If I need to mail a package, I have to go right after work because they close at 5 or 5:30. When you mail a package, you send it through the postal service to someone else.
That's true. The post office hours are not convenient at all. I also sometimes have to stop at the dry cleaner to drop off or pick up clothes. That's another errand that has specific hours.
Yeah, dry cleaning is one of those things you forget about until you suddenly need something cleaned. So Lisa, let's say you've finished work, you've run all your errands, maybe you went to the gym. What's the drive home like? Are you dealing with traffic?
Oh, definitely. The drive home is probably the most frustrating part of the whole evening. Because it's rush hour, the roads are packed. Everyone is trying to get home at the same time. Sometimes it takes me twice as long to get home as it normally would. What about you?
Same. I live about 20 minutes from my job, but during rush hour it can take 40 minutes or even longer, and you can't really do anything about it. You just have to sit there in traffic and wait. Some people listen to music or podcasts to pass the time.
Yeah, I always listen to podcasts or audiobooks during my commute. It makes the time go faster and I feel like I'm at least learning something or being entertained. Do you do that?
I do. I usually listen to music, but sometimes I'll put on a podcast if there's something interesting. It definitely helps. Otherwise, sitting in traffic is just really boring and frustrating. Now, let's talk about that moment when you finally get home. What's the first thing you do when you walk through the door?
Oh man, the first thing I do is take off my shoes. I don't even make it past the entryway. My feet are tired, I've been wearing work shoes all day, and I just need to get them off immediately. What about you?
Same. Shoes come off right away. Then I usually drop my bag and my keys on the table near the door. I also check if I have any mail in my mailbox. Sometimes there are bills or packages waiting for me.
Right. Checking the mail is part of the routine. Then after that, I usually go straight to the kitchen to figure out what I'm going to eat. If I stopped at the grocery store, I'll put away the groceries first. When you put away groceries, it means you take them out of the bags and organize them in your refrigerator and cabinets.
Yeah, putting away groceries is not fun, but it has to be done. Especially if you bought cold items like milk or meat, you can't just leave those sitting out. After I put everything away, I'll start thinking about dinner. But we'll save that conversation for the next episode, right?
Exactly. In our next episode, we're going to talk about dinner and the evening routine. So, everyone listening, make sure you come back for that one because we're going to continue right where we left off.
Before we wrap up, let's quickly review some of the key vocabulary we talked about today. We talked about clocking out, which means finishing your workday. We talked about errands, which are small tasks like shopping or going to the bank. We learned about rush hour, which is when places are most crowded. And we talked about rotisserie chicken, prescriptions, cardio, and several other useful words.
These are all words you'll hear and use all the time when you're talking about your daily life in English. So make sure you practice using them. If this video helped you, please like it and subscribe to our channel. We post new episodes multiple times a week.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode where we'll talk about dinner and our evening routines. Keep practicing your English, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.